Since SIMStation has developed during the pandemic, there was so much new that we had to transport to the distributors. First of all, we started with 2 days. Now we are at 4 days because there's so much material we have to give to them and train them about. And there are some things that you cannot train online. It's really important to have hands-on, to set up a camera, to have a cable in your hand. That's why we needed everybody in Vienna.
This will be my first time to see the SIMStation Pro. There's 3 separate stations. So very easily, once you pull the boxes out, you could say, oh, this is my control station, this is my debriefing station, and this is my simulation room. And then you could take all the pieces of equipment and go straight to those, connect them all together, and it was super simple.
Even while I'm a quite experienced user, I learned some new things. Some small details which I never thought about, but that was also the way around. I told some things to other distributors who didn't know that this also was possible or that it was easy to do a demonstration like this.
It's nice to see the positive feedback, to have discussion about how they see users gonna use the system to grow together and enjoy the future right now, right here.
Try to give our distributors an early preview of the new software and make them as excited as we are about the new features we can finally share with the world. Another reason for our presentation is all the very valuable feedback we're getting from our distributor about our new software and possibilities for our customers.
So like the room planner, the calendar, making events and sessions. So it will give us more planning capabilities in the future in using the software and combining the software with our scheduling together. So it would make life much more easier.
If I see now the way SIMStation is development, but development is a kind of a software feature, then it's dedicated and it is practical use. And that is one of the highlights.
When we had a training for our new CPQ calculation tool with our distributors, we were really relying on their feedback because we have our point of view and what we think is important, but it's so necessary for us to know what they think and what they need in their everyday life.
DTU is a brand new quoting form that they just instituted here, which is pretty exciting for us because we're currently doing it on an Excel sheet that takes hours and hours and hours to actually get a number out. So the new quoting system is pretty exciting to be able to go in there and get it quickly done.
Because clients are always in a hurry, always want the price immediately, and with the new system, we can do this much faster and give it much more detail and give the client exactly what they want.
It's all about the customer. You know, it's how the customer can get an idea that we know that we can deal with all of the inputs, all of the technical details. They don't have to worry too much. They can focus on the outputs and the outcomes as they do in healthcare. So it's just about making the customers feel that they're in safe hands with us and that they're getting really good value and expertise throughout the whole process, not just the end result.
I show them like this everyday tricks. If you do a rack, you start with this sort of cabling, then that sort of cabling. I think it's important for the guys who will have to do the job, but I think it's also interesting who the guys who do the distribution, so they can get an idea what's actually happening on a site.
Great insight into the inner workings of the simulation rack. And some of the preparedness as well before the equipment comes to us to install. So what do we need to have prepared and how exactly do we need that prepared before the rack and the cameras and the microphones and all the other equipment comes. So that's been helpful. It'll be helpful for SIMStation, and it's also helpful for us if you're going to be prepared properly.
The teamwork is very the foundation of SIMStation. I feel like it really sends a message.